Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of The Aftermath. My name is Ian and as always I'm joined by Dylan. And today is one of those very special episodes where we got Ethan back on the show. As we promised it would happen.
I didn't know you were about to start, so whenever I was yawning, I almost yawned loudly into the mic.
I figured that was coming, so I was about to be like, Ian, wait.
Yeah, this was almost... Normally it's on purpose that I almost interrupt you, but this time you were like... there was silence, and I was like...
The storm approaches, wait.
Yawning right as you...
Sense it in the air, don't worry.
Right as you began, I had to like stop myself and like lock in.
The only thing that I will go ahead and apologize personally for right off the top of this episode, we did not get a chance to watch the Godzilla film.
We're edging the Godzilla.
Yep.
Yeah, we're
Really
definitely
milking that shit for all it's worth.
I heard it's really good.
Is this a sex thing?
No.
I mean, shit, if you want it to be.
Hey, yo.
She be edging on my Zilla till I'm -1. Anyways, so because of this week at work, there was a whole bunch of stuff that happened, and it kept me a little bit late at the office, and specifically on the recording day. And Ethan apparently has been up for
entirely too long.
So
I don't when you work night shift, you just on your days off, you just wake up freaking I don't know whenever.
Yeah.
So like I had to stay up late for something. Well, late I guess is a weird word. So
yeah.
Oh God. See,
it's coming.
Here it comes. Oh Jesus.
I woke up at like 4:00 in the morning. Went to the gym. And I've just been up since. And I'll give you a hint. It's not 4:00 in the afternoon. It's much later than that.
Much later than that.
I've been up for entirely too long. Also, I didn't know that you were looking at me. I didn't know you could see that. So I'm over here just like, while you're talking, I'm just like, smooching the mic.
Oh, no.
It's been long enough. You two haven't seen each other in a while. So
yeah.
It's understandable.
Mike, my beloved.
Okay, stop.
No, it was
the people at home are going to get ideas.
Look, would you rather...
Wow. I mean, yeah, send me your fan art.
Damn. Yeah. So, anyways, it's a pretty crazy week, and I didn't want to subject you through watching a 2-hour movie.
I just want to fall asleep.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I don't want to.
I want to call this podcast and be like, man, the first 30 minutes slapped. I don't know about the other hour and a half because I was asleep.
I didn't see Godzilla, but I'm sure he shows up at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, this was a Godzilla movie? Dang, I thought it was just an action movie.
Nah, son.
Yeah.
The big G.
But has anything exciting or anything else been good with you guys recently?
Space Marine 2.
Space Marine 2 has definitely come out, and my computer cannot run it well.
Mine can barely run it.
Mine can run the game. Mine can't load the game for shit. It takes like 15 to 20 minutes just to like load in to like each menu.
Yeah.
To go into the menu takes 20 minutes. To like get into the game, it takes 20 minutes. And then once I'm in the game, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
To get into a match, it takes like 20 minutes. To then exit the match, it takes like 15 minutes. So it's I don't know why. Like once the game is on and going, it runs. But I don't know if it's just an optimization thing. I hope it is. I hope it's just some sort of weird optimization glitch that is causing my old ass machine to choke up.
Yeah, they've got fixes and like patches planned.
Yeah.
As per usual for most new releases.
Of course.
Sag.
But hey, it's better than most, I could say.
Seen a lot of people making comparisons towards Star Wars Outlaws and Red Dead Redemption 2.
Really?
Or Red Dead Redemption. I think at this point, Red Dead Redemption 2 has probably been out for, I think, almost 10 years. Or 6 or 7 years. I forgot.
Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah. I believe.
It's been out for a while now.
Anyways, it's been out for a while, and the comparison that they're making is that like Red Dead Redemption 2 is a far better, more like natural feeling game than Star Wars Outlaws.
Damn.
And I think it has like Star Wars Outlaws has
is that what they were going for? It was like something
kind of a vibe.
Oh.
Like it has it's like a third person kind of outlaw type game where you could like whenever you see them like side by side, you could tell that they're in the same genre of game, but the comparison is like Star Wars Outlaws has a I think, if I'm not mistaken, a astronomical budget more than Red Dead Redemption 2 does, and it is a far worse game. I want to say that Star Wars Outlaws, from what I have seen, and I'm not sure what classifies this or what brings you into that upper echelon, but I think that Star Wars Outlaws is considered a quadruple A game.
Oh, fuck off.
So it's like, I mean, like as far as the budget goes, like so we're
we don't
getting
need to add more A's because they can't even get the 3 A's right.
and that's what I'm saying. Is it's
we can't even get the 3 A's right. They're still dog shit. We can't. We're gonna polish more turds. Is that what we're gonna do?
Well, that's exactly
Throw
what
some
they're
more
doing.
gold plates on the turds. Guess what? Still hate it.
Shiniest
it's
piece of shit I ever did see.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I think Star Wars Outlaws is. From what I've been hearing, is like it is
I
the
didn't
shiniest.
even know it existed.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't even know how I didn't, but I
Yeah,
didn't.
it was one of them sleeper shits.
Yeah. You shit in your sleep?
Not anymore.
Not often.
I take medicine for that, so not anymore.
God
man.
damn it! I fucking missed you.
Yeah, dude.
Now that I take
I can make all the shit jokes I want.
now that I take Rinvoke as seen on TV, all my sleepers.
Yep.
Oh,
See how it can
Thing of the
see how
past.
it can also help you.
Oh man. Ask your doctor.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, anyways, that's kind of what's been in my scope, my radar a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I
Seeing-
swallowed that tea directly into the mic. At that on post. Gulp. Yeah. Oh man. I got that Arizona tea, the light blue one that's got like the honey in it.
green
yeah, the
tea,
classic.
ginseng.
I got that $1.69 tea, man.
What kind of is that?
Slaps.
Is that cherry blossoms or what kind of what is?
I think those are cherry
Ginseng green
blossom.
tea
One of like the flowers on
with
them.
honey. Damn.
I think that's
Or
a
like,
cherry
what kind of
blossom
tree is that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks like a cherry blossom.
Either way, freaking slaps, bro.
Yeah, it's just the standard teal Arizona with the
Yeah.
cherry blossoms on it.
Got
Only
that
difference
honey.
is
We
it's
got that-
fucking huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That ginseng.
I got that
Up
1
in this-
liter in me. I don't
There-
know how many.
That's not leading.
No, I'm joking. It's not that big. It's probably
Hyperbole.
500 mils though. I bet. But
Y'all.
Big,
yeah.
big tea.
So, I've been going back over some old games, like with what little time I do have.
yeah, the fleeting moments.
Yeah.
When the sun,
Oh,
the sun
man.
shines upon you.
Yes, I will say that the time I do have is fleeting, as mentioned on the
Oh,
previous
God.
episode. I don't think Ethan was privy to this, and we'll get into that in a second. But I've been going back over some old games. I've been playing some Valheim again a little bit. I've been playing some Spyro, the Reignited trilogy. Like just really reminiscing on like the good old days a little bit. I don't have any copies of like the original like OG Spyro, but I do kind of want to somehow get my hands on that again and play those or emulate them or however, because
I remember
I love those.
whenever me and Chase had made one of our usual trips to game where they actually had a triple pack for the original PlayStation of all three Spyro games.
I would grab that so fast.
It wasn't much either. I think it was only like $60, $70.
It's not bad.
More than I would think, though.
Oh, I mean, for like a classic game, especially if it's like the original and it's all
Oh
three.
yeah,
of them,
it's
that's-
still more than I expected. So.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and see if I can't pull up this comment because I know our boy said something in the same vein. Toasty said, "Oof, I feel Dylan on that one. I finished my Vagabond manga collection, and then a couple days later they announced the definitive hardcover version. I was sad,
Slap to the face.
slap to the face. That was in reference to the fact that he got all the Ghost in the Shell manga, and then
They announced a hardcover compendium,
that had all of them in it.
but like a month after. I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
You bastards.
And then of course directly,
Fuck you, Kodansha Comics.
Damn.
Wow. I called them out by
Yeah,
name.
yeah, he called them out
He
by
added
name.
them on his hit list.
Yeah.
I went to New Orleans to find those copies, and then they fucking turn around and go, hey, here's the whole damn thing. We knew you were looking for it, but, couldn't quite get it out in time for you to not waste your money on the regular paperbacks, so, fuck you.
Yeah, maybe the real Ghost in the Shell was the friends we made along the way.
Fuck off.
It's not about getting all of them, okay? It's the friends we made along the way.
Right. And then of course he
I actively shoved people out of my way.
yeah.
Get out the way.
I gotta get these comics.
I made enemies.
Yeah, I made enemies that day. And then of course, in true fashion, Toasty
like the Nemesis system and like
Yes.
Shadow of War.
Dude, the
They
bard
get
orc.
stronger as
That motherfucker shut up, started playing melodies at me. I'm like, no.
I like-
Sorry.
Shit out of here.
I like the ones that just don't
Suffer
make
me
sense.
now,
so you're
bitch.
you're like, suffer me now, and then he shows up later, and he's like,
He just goes fucking
I'm like,
insane.
and I'm like, you're my nemesis. He's like,
It's like, all right, man, sure, let's
like,
go.
Like, stop. Look, man, I was gonna leave you alone, but like, stop
I'll
barking.
kill
at me,
you once,
okay?
but if I see you again, I'm gonna eradicate you.
Yeah, right. Oh man, I had this one dude who just kept coming back, bro. I killed him so many times. I was like, I took one of his arms off, and it was replaced with like a firearm.
Oh, yeah.
I stabbed him once, and I was like, all right, that's twice he's dead now. All right, normally they only come back once. I chopped his head off once, and I was like, all right, it's Jover. He's done.
Yeah.
He came back with his head sewn back on, like, it's me
Like,
again,
there's
bitch.
no fucking
and
way.
I was like, I how many times am I going to kill you, dude?
Damn.
And every time you get stronger, and every time I feck you up again. Like,
This time, instead of just your head, I'm just gonna saw each limb off.
yeah, there has to be a way for you to
Yeah.
not come back. I kept.
No clean cuts either. I'm gonna saw through that shit.
And what was the
slowly?
I talked about on the podcast. There was that one guy who saved my life multiple times.
Oh,
and I
shit.
remember talking about him. That was funny, man. I had it somewhere in there, somewhere in our archive. I mentioned
When
one
I-
of the guys who I had his name remembered. It was so funny. And he saved my life. And I was like, I never get emotional on games. But when he died, I was like,
Ethan's
no.
actually got a little portrait of him on his
Yeah,
desk.
yeah,
a
exactly.
little in memoriam.
Right.
I don't remember what the name was. It was something really funny too, where it was like something Black Arrow or whatever. I think it might have been also like there was like a meme about it, but like yeah. Oh man, that game is so fun.
I can't stand that they trademarked that whole Nemesis system.
Yeah, like
So it's only in those games.
Yeah, like do something with it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. To continue with what I was saying, in true fashion, Toasty added you, Ethan, directly, and
He's
said,
calling you out.
Yeah, he said, Ethan was taken. Time is a fleeting thing, a precious gift of life's days. Now stop wasting it and get your ass on the couch to watch Godzilla with the boys. Stonehenge emoji.
Vine boom.
Oh yeah, Vine boom sound.
Oh, Jesus.
I was making a joke because after rehearsal one day, one of the girls I'm in this group, this production I'm a part of, she had made a comment about how I was wanting to talk about like this concert that I went to, this show that was amazing and it was like life changing for me. And I told her, I was like, I want to tell you more about this event that I went to, but obviously, we don't have a whole lot of time. So, at some point, we'll sit down and I'll share this life-changing experience with you. And then she looked over and said, I wish we could, but, our time is so fleeting together. And I was like,
Just off the cuff.
just off the cuff. And I just
Like,
I
all right.
kind of, the fun thing is, like, I chuckled and I was like, you know what? You're right. Ha ha ha. And then afterwards, as I was like walking away by myself in this dark parking lot.
What an odd thing to say.
Yeah. I was walking away in this dark parking lot thinking about it. And I was like, man,
Was that code for something?
our time really do be fleeting. Like it is.
You mean on this earth or like?
yeah. Just like
For me, are you going to kill me?
Yeah, right.
Is this
Was
like
that a warning?
Is this like a dying thing?
It's a reference that, like, I think what she was meaning was the context of it all. Like we really only. I know, but I'm just for the clarity of the situation. We are all in these like scenes together, and we're like acting and doing our part and being professional. And then of course we do kind of like go our separate ways after it's done because usually we're out pretty late, and we all have jobs and school and other shit we got to do, and so we all do kind of separate when it's all over. So it's like we get there,
Disperse or you will be fired upon.
It's like we get there, we get to business, and then of course we all have to go, and so it's very it is very fleeting. And so I like that our boy really gets the vibe, and our time is a precious gift. And
all right, that's enough ooey gooey shit. Someone get me a bear.
I did.
Bro,
I did.
grabbed you a drink. You still got that fucking tea. You're not finished with it?
What, this one?
No, his gallon's worth of tea. No, he's not done
I
with it
still
yet.
got my Arizona right
Bro,
here. I'm
the
actually
Arizona
for all
and the beer.
for all the people listening and not watching, none of you.
We do not film this.
I'm actually watching. That's not, I don't have an Arizona tea can that you're used to. I'm actually just wearing a hat. I'm wearing one of those hats with the two Arizona tea cans in
The
it.
sippy cup.
Yeah, and I'm just slurping it right now, and it just says
He's
like
lying. He's so lying.
the biggest baddest boy is what's written on the hat.
Dude, you'd fit right in with the orcs.
I know, yeah.
The
Yeah.
biggest,
So-
baddest.
Yeah.
They follow those types exclusively.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anything else been happening with you, Ethan?
I mean, I start up school again soon. Wow.
Really?
Congratulations.
Yeah, don't be all excited. I don't want to do it, but I just have to.
Shut up. It's too bad.
And I work a job. And
Yeah, you work a lot for that job. I mean,
Yeah,
Almost too much,
unfortunately.
one might say.
I think we're all in that boat right
And
now.
that one is me.
Oh, dude. If I have one more person walk up to me,
Uh-oh.
just in general, I'm gonna lose it.
Shit, I gotta keep my distance.
Yeah, we had some bad weather roll through, so they put
Yeah.
me on a disaster staffing. But the bad weather
You
passed.
didn't need to be on.
Yeah, the bad weather passed, so like 3 days between and they never undid it. So they just ruined my weekend for no reason. And
Yeah.
I was like, I hate this place. This is what radicalized me.
That's your turning point.
I was like,
This was the thing that stopped me from continuing.
I was like, really? Yeah, that was the move that made LeBron cry.
He's about to start writing memoirs,
Yeah, and it was
manifestos.
hilarious because like the person I was supposed to be working with just didn't show up. So I was like, whenever a supervisor came and was like, "Hey, you're gonna be working with me until we get you a partner to show up," I was like, if I knew I could just not show up for the shift, I'm gonna be real with you, boss. I wouldn't be here. And he was like, dude, honestly, I wouldn't either. And I was like, cool, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Next time you
They're
guys,
with you, Chief.
because you didn't ask me if I could work, you guys told me I had to work.
Right.
The next
Now
time
that
you
I'm
tell
here.
me, I'm gonna just be sick.
Right.
Yeah, and I'll put this is gonna go on the internet too. Yeah. You guys, what are they gonna do? Find me?
Balls exposed.
I'm sick. Balls.
Balls
me?
dropped.
Yeah, balls exposed.
Nice.
You have exposed their balls.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my balls.
No, you fool. You expose your balls on the daily.
Ethan's
You
like,
don't need to do it on the
Ethan's
show.
like, can I get some clarification? Why am I showing them my balls again?
Yeah. I mean, I would. 'cause I
Motherfucker's
don't
about to
care.
strip down.
At work. Balls
Hey.
out.
Damn. That's wild.
Ugh.
Yeah, so I've been working and I'm starting up school. And I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3. I did finish the whole Kingdom Hearts series. I think I mentioned that last time I was on. I'm not sure, but
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I finished the whole Kingdom Hearts series on Steam and got all the achievements, which was crazy. That
You
was
got all the
awesome.
achievements?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on the Kingdom Hearts 1.5,
Done it.
2.5
Damn.
remix. And then I started 3. And that's just been taking time, and because Steam's like the Steam port was like crashing a lot, and they pushed an update to make it crash a lot again. So I was having problems with it crashing and me losing progress. So I just took a break,
Yeah.
and then work kind of got in the way.
Sucks.
So I fixed the problems that were making it crash, but it just different ones kept showing up. So
Right.
But he pulled through.
I've made
You stand
some
in
good
the presence
progress.
of a legend.
Sure.
Yet again. I haven't even started. Like, I bought the game, but I haven't even started my run of it yet.
Yeah. I was really enjoying it, so I we'll see. I'm still looking into trying to finish up everything in Kingdom Hearts 3. That one's gonna be a long one though,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because I have to do a lot of playthroughs. I have to
Mhm.
do one with all the pro codes. I have to do one with like all the easy codes on, like the merits, the challenges.
Yeah.
Then I have to beat like all the bosses with all the pro codes, and my full playthrough is not going to be all the I'm not going to have those codes on. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to be good enough to do all of those bosses with the pro codes. So
What is pro codes?
just a bunch of random shit makes the game harder.
Yeah.
Wow.
When you
Think
beat the game, you
skulls
can
from Halo.
when you beat the game, you can new
Oh,
game
I
plus
see.
it basically, and then turn on codes that are like Sora's defense stays at like the baseline defense and does
Oh,
not level
wow.
up with the course of-
Interesting.
yeah,
Your health
And
does
so-
not regenerate. You gotta bash a dude in the chin to get it back.
yeah, and it's just stuff like that. Which there are like certain ways around some of them. Like the defense one, like your defense does not naturally increase, but you can still like farm and grind defense ups,
Oh, hell yeah.
so you can make it a little easier. I don't know. I haven't even made that far because I haven't even beaten I haven't even gotten to the end without the codes yet. So we'll see.
Right. You have to
So
finish
I
it
may
once to
end
get
up
the codes
getting-
unlocked?
Well, so I did like a speed run on critical and just ran through it.
Yeah.
And that's also gonna be my easy code save, so that I could get the new game plus and all the critical stuff for my next playthroughs. Because all the critical mode, all the new game plus finishers and all that are way better.
Yeah.
So I did all that, ran through it one real quick time, and now I'm just playing through it, but having fun. It's a fun game. I really enjoy it.
Well,
So
in other news, you and I, Ethan, recently got back onto Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
I believe we made it all the way up to episode 7.
We finished.
I love Cowboy Bebop.
We finished. Space Dandy. Whew, that was
Oh,
tough.
yeah.
Oh, dude.
We finished Space Dandy, and now we're starting.
I don't know if you heard that. That was every brain cell in Ethan's head.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
all working
You
at
could,
once.
you could
Really
hear the
firing
dial-up
off in
tone there. I was like,
yeah. Space Dandy.
Space
Right.
Dandy.
Got it. Yeah.
I determined if space travel ever became a thing, I'm going to do what he did, and I'm just going to be Space Ethan.
There you go.
So
Hell
I
yeah.
might just start going by Space Ethan now. Honestly, forget.
Yeah.
You know?
Might as well.
Yeah, someone's got
Who's
to
going
be
to stop you?
Yeah, right. What, the government? I don't listen to them anyway.
Fuck off. I'll change my name legally to Space.
There you go.
Yeah. So, in other news, my roommate said that apparently I was like in his dream helping him fight someone who like kidnapped his friend or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, it was literally like me and all my family and you helping us do this. And I was like,
Damn.
I like how I'm just, I'm just
Right.
even in
Happy
your
to be
even,
included.
I said even
Right.
in your dreams, I'm just like the honorary member of your family. I think I'm gonna hyphenate my last name.
Oh, no.
I was like, I think like even in your dreams, I'm just part of the family. Like,
There you go.
That's great.
I was like, I'm gonna add another middle name to my name. It's gonna be
Right.
your family's last name.
The Omega name.
Yeah, I have so many names.
All encompassing.
I don't know if did I share about the fact that that I'm playing that oh gosh, how do you even say this?
Dial-up tone.
Yeah. That I'm playing for that show. Not the play, but like did I say on the podcast how I'm playing bass as an opener for that music group?
Well, you just did.
So.
Well,
I mean, you have
Playing
no,
bass
yeah,
as an
exactly.
opener for that music group.
Exactly.
You know
to
the
kind
one.
of give more context, there's a I mean, I don't know about I think it's a pretty well-known Christian band called Sanctus Real,
Damn.
and I'm supposed to be opening for them, which is kind of fun.
It's a sick ass name.
I think I again, I don't know if I told this in the podcast or not, but I know for a fact I told you, Dylan.
Yeah.
I came back from seeing the 21 Pilots show, and I was
As
so
the 22nd pilot.
I was the 22nd pilot honorarily. I was so enamored and surprised and just fell in love with that production.
Blew your fucking mind.
It blew my mind because it was so great. I've never seen so much production value. I've never seen so much amazing entertainment in a live music setting for that duration of time. It was like a full 2 hours of like, I can't believe I'm witnessing what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And I've been to a lot of shows. I've done a lot of stuff in that regard. So when I came back home,
Maybe 21 Pilots was the real Sanctus.
Maybe the real 21 Pilots with the friends man along the way.
Really. So I came back home, and I tell people that like I started off on acoustic guitar and electric guitar, and I've probably had more time that I've like played like regular guitar, but like I've made money professionally as a bass guitar, and I feel really comfortable and confident on that instrument.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the musician friends I used to play with, and like in the couple of groups that I was a part of, and then those like angsty teen bands that I also played in
The
long
garage
ago.
era.
Yeah, like the early 2000s punk, emo. I mean, like you name it, dude. I was there.
Yeah.
A lot of those people moved off to like Nashville and to go do better and bigger things, and I'm proud of them and excited.
Better and bigger in Nashville.
Well, in the music scene, like you can really do country, you
about
can
to
do
say,
rock, you can do whatever
gross.
you want. Like I mean, at least for what they're doing, they have a really good, lucrative business of being musicians up there, and they're happy, and I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
But I stayed here in Louisiana still.
The swamp.
The swamp. And I also moved away to Canada at the time, so like I made other life decisions and played music
It's a whole
up
nother
in.
can of worms.
I had played music up in Canada for a long time. What I'm trying to say here is that I feel more confident as a bass player than I do a guitar player.
Yeah.
So, and I came home from that 21 Pilots show, and I told Dylan specifically, and I think you remember, it was like 2 days after I got back, and I kind of fell into a slump of like
motherfucker was devastated.
I'm gonna say, I mean, what was I devastated?
You just seemed like
okay. Well, that's a third party, and I can't deny your assumption of the matter.
There you go.
profound sadness.
Profound sadness. I got back home and I was just in what I felt like was a bit of a slump, but apparently Dylan says I was devastated.
It was rough.
I had that realization of like I enjoy all the things that I'm doing. I love this podcast. I love that we got this podcast going on, and it's so. Even days like this where it's late and I'm literally burning the candle. I'm burning the candle. I mean, come on. It's technically earlier than what we normally
late for us could be described as a pie chart.
You know how it is. This is early. This is early for us
comparatively. Yes.
Comparatively.
Anyways, late.
What do you mean? I'm about to say this podcast has
late for normal fuckers.
This podcast has run later for us. What I'm trying to say is the definition of burning the candle at both ends.
At which point does late become early? You know, there
After-
comes a
I would
point.
say
I think at
12.
3, 4
3
o'clock
or
in the
4
morning.
o'clock in the morning.
I think it turns into early at that point. You know.
See, I
Whenever all the plant workers or whenever I go to the
yeah.
gym at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to the gym late. As soon as it hits 3 o'clock in the morning, all the plant workers start showing up at the
Yep.
gym and they're all saying good morning to me.
Yep.
It's no longer, why are you here at 2 o'clock in the morning? Now it's, you must be a plant worker too. Nah, dude, I just don't sleep.
Yeah, right.
I got insomnia.
Yeah.
I'm a night shifter. Sleep doesn't happen, so I go work out until I get
I'm
tired.
not here because I want to be.
Right? This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
I need to kill.
So what I was trying to say is that I love this podcast. Even on days like this where I'm at my wit's end a little bit, like I still enjoy doing this. I still find it fun.
Brings it back.
Right, and I love having this conversation to connect with you guys, and also to watch movies and shows. I also really enjoy my job, even though it is really busy and there's a lot going on. I really do enjoy it, and I think it's great. But like, I have over probably the past, like I would say, I mean, really, probably 2 or 3 years. Like I really haven't been in the music scene at all. I really haven't played ever. I mean, to be honest, probably really since COVID, like really. But but I would say actively 2 or 3 years. I really haven't practiced a whole lot. Haven't like dusted off my equipment and like really gotten into it because because around that same time this podcast started and all the jobs and things started to pick up as well. So like again, my life has like shifted, and I coming back from that show and having this like revolutionary experience. I have had this same sensation on minor scales. I went to go see Nothing More, and I kind of felt the same way. I went to go see a phenomenal performer and musician, Alan Stone, super funky and like soul. I mean, just like this groovy. I mean, I was so enamored by like his performance on stage. I came back home and I was like, man, I want to get back into.
Motherfucker came home. It was the kind of experience to make you stare at a wall and start thinking about things.
I've been doing that a lot lately.
Dylan,
Work's been one of those days where I drive home the speed limit with no radio on.
Oh, shit. Jesus Christ.
Then I get home and sit on the couch.
Somebody help him.
I get home, I sit on the couch. I take my shoes off first because I don't. Since I lived in China for a few months. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I just never ended up doing it because of the places I've been staying. But still, now I try and take my shoes off as soon as I get into every house. I don't like walking around houses with shoes on. I think it's dumb, and especially whenever I have work boots and there's just like blood and stuff on them.
I'm sorry.
So, I'm not expecting anyone else to do it necessarily. It's just I'm doing it. So actually, for the first time since like 6 years ago, whenever I was in China, I actually got house shoes. Which is the obvious principle of that is you get shoes and they never leave the house. So you only wear them in the house.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I get home, I take my little boots off, and then I would just sit on the couch and just be like,
yeah.
And it's totally silent because my roommate's eeping.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
damn.
Yep. All right. And then I go take a shower or something.
Yeah.
And
So
the last few shifts have been one of those, man. There's been too much.
Dylan really did hit the nail on the head for that. Of like I was sitting there, I was making myself some ramen noodles. that night, and I think
was just standing over the pot watching the water boil.
bro, it was like it was just the fact
Absolutely zoinked off his gourd.
dude.
Yeah, but not in the good way.
And like, again, I even recently in the past probably year or so I saw Paramore, and I really love Paramore as a band. And again, and again, I found that same feeling creeping back in. Like, again, much smaller, again, more manageable. Of like, I would come home and go like, damn, I really got to get, I really got to start playing some more music. I got to find some opportunities. I gotta get back out there. And I had, it's just a little feeling, a little twinkle of it. But
After that fucking 21 Pilots show,
dude,
motherfucker was just like,
after having my mind blown,
fucking shit.
and after being so entertained and so enveloped in like this kind of like universe that they're like creating, and like playing really good music, and also like putting on a performance and like making it a really nice show, and like, I mean, more so than anything else, like I saw the love for their fans, and I saw the love for the people that were in that stadium with us. And it was like, and it was very apparent. And I've been to some very big top dollar shows where like in that same space of like, there was like of 100,000 people in a stadium, and like
sizable chunk.
And you don't have that feeling. Like there is like there may be a little bit of that, but like it very much,
everybody's just kind of there.
Right. But man, coming back home and being to a show like that and say like, that is what's possible with enough budget, enough manpower. And there's so many people behind the scenes that made that show happen that are unnamed, that no one knows about. But I saw them.
The nameless soldiers.
I'm telling you, the LDs, I mean, or the sound engineers, the lighting directors, all the camera operators that were making. I mean, there were so many cameras, dude. I won't bore.
Channeling that spiral energy.
I won't bog down this whole episode with all of it. I do want to just like sit down and, to be honest, just talk about this show for like 30 minutes to an hour, because I feel like I can. I came back home and was like, those are people that are living my dream.
Yeah.
Those guys up there playing that music are having fun producing music and making an interesting and compelling show at the same time. And I was like, I love that.
Yeah.
I loved being a musician, but at the same time, I also loved performing and having a fun time with the crowd and like doing all that stuff. And so I came back home, and then I stumbled across some videos, because obviously the algorithm listens to everything and knows where I was and all that kind of stuff. So
because big government's
I'm
watching
just
me at
saying,
all times.
Big spies.
I got thrown a video from like 21 Pilots YouTube channel.
Lego Stars Millennium Falcon. I'm still on my.
You
still on my
gotta keep it going.
I'm still on that shit.
I have yet to see anything.
Oh, really?
I'm so fucking pissed.
I feel like, okay, Lego Stars Millennium Falcon is a joke where I know that the government was listening to me through my phone,
Yeah.
and they're giving you target ads from it, so I kept saying that to my phone every once in a while until I randomly got an ad for the Lego Stars Millennium Falcon. So I'm going to call it chance.
Wait, it
but
actually happened?
Yeah. So I'm going to call it
Get
chance.
out.
Yeah, I think it was actually the Death Star was the first one I got an ad for, but still,
I
it
see.
was the Lego Star Wars Death Star, and then it was the Millennium Falcon. So yeah, I got an ad for it on like Facebook or something, and I was like, I knew it. And I've been radicalized ever since. You can get back to your story.
Well, in the same vein, I got thrown a video, recommended a video on YouTube from 21 Pilots, and it was a video that they made about the start of this Clancy World Tour they're on, and I want to say we were in Houston, and we were like on like the first leg of that trip. So like this came out not too long ago. And then to see Tyler, the lead musician, sit there and made me realize that, and I always have this realization, it's like a perpetual realization of like everything
Perpetual realization machine.
right,
Otherwise known as brain.
yeah, is that we're all just people. Everything is ran by people, governments, corporations. At the end of the day, like everything has to be made by everything has to be designed by somebody, has to be made by somebody. Like there is somebody out there. Like
This was his fucking Predator moment. If it is run by people, I can destroy it.
you look at like a logo for something, and you're like, people don't consciously realize it, but like someone had to design that. Pepsi has a new logo. Someone spent time to redesign that, and there's probably a committee involved, and people made the decision.
That sounded like it was the beginning of a conspiracy theory video.
No,
Pepsi made a new logo.
No.
I just thought it was funny.
Right,
Pepsi made a new logo. Oh god.
What I'm trying to say is I was watching that video and seeing that this guy Tyler, the lead musician, is just a guy.
Yeah,
and it's like, and
not
then,
even the creator.
Well, no. What I'm meaning is like he was sitting there and he had his own anxieties and kind of fear about everything going well, because he's like, this is probably one of our biggest like tours yet. And just to hear that like a little bit of like, man, I hope it's gonna go well. Yeah. I was like, to know that I'm sitting there on the other end, baffled shitless, in the seats, like and to be on the receiving end of that, going, bruh. I don't know if you hit all the marks, because I'm also a perfectionist and I like things to be a certain way, and I can find my own flaws. I'm not sure if you hit all the marks that you wanted to, but just know that for me, out
of the fucking park.
I, as a person who does this for a living and I probably done shows that are damn near the same budget and were far less entertaining, bruh. And to hear the fact that he's like, we have a lot of backing tracks. Obviously, we can't play everything. He's like, I probably spent more time on the backing tracks for this entire tour than I did for the work on the album itself. And I was like, dude, fuck. Yeah, it's that kind of stuff where I was like, and it shows. And so to hear all that, I came home, got that video thrown to me, and I was also like, again, just in this little bit of a slump, and to have that realization of like, man, this guy's doing it. Him and his team and his people.
He's really doing it to him.
He's really doing it out there. And again, and this is not... 21 Pilots have been making music for a long time. They have a lot of bangers that, of course, that people have loved. So, like, there's a reason why they probably are at this level. It's because they have, like, a long history. Again, it's one of those, like, it takes 10 years to be an overnight success kind of thing. That's that same situation. Where, like, 21 Pilots, for me right now, I may not have been a big fan in the past, but my best friend really, really loves them, and I was going to support her. Yeah. And then now, by proxy, I'm like, bro, 21 Pilots is the best.
Right, he's in.
Because of that same situation of like, I knew that they've been probably a big deal for a long time, but I've never been to a show and seen them firsthand.
Yeah.
So to come back home and have that feeling of like, even more so than ever, I really want to play music again. I really got to get back out there. I got to get on my instrument. I got to stop BSing myself.
It's time for me to get some skin in the game.
Right. And then, of course, Dylan can attest to this. After I had that whole conversation and kind of in my own slump about it all, and was kind of, sad.
Right, at death's door.
Come on, give me some credit. I wasn't at death's door. I was just sad. I had a bit of a slump. I came
back in the grave.
Oh my God, dude. I got back home and was making
I'm
myself...
the only one who makes near-death experiences here, okay?
Yeah.
I take all of them for myself. That way I got all the Zenkai boosts.
I got back home and just was faced with the reality of like coming back from a vacation and work's got to get done and shit's got to... You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's that feeling of
after that Florida trip, man.
Oh, man, yeah.
Fuck.
So it was a lot of things. Again, there was no like long-standing depression, but it was just like the reality of life kicked back in, and then that internal desire to play music came out of me again, but just 10 times more fire than it ever has been before. Where it's like, man, we really got to do something.
Yeah.
And in that moment of sitting there in the kitchen, just making myself some noodles, I was like, bruh. Come on, man. Shit. Like we have opportunities. We can do things. We can make it happen. So anyways, the very next day, I extended my name as a potential cameo for this opening group. I was like, if you need, I see the set list you got going on.
I played the bass.
Well, not even so. I didn't even throw myself in that camp because I wasn't even sure I was going to be adequate, quote unquote, for that position. But I was like, but if you need me to, this event, I have played with you guys before, and every time I hop on the acoustic guitar and we do some of those vibey songs, everyone loves them. Everyone eats them up, dude.
Yeah.
So if you need me to, I can make a little cameo on the little acoustic sets, and you know, because I know, because we both know.
Right.
Every time we do it, hits it at the park. So I was trying to lay myself up for like an easy win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in the process of that meeting, the lead guitarist was like, "We've played bass with you before, right?" And I was like, 100% right.
I think so.
And I'm sorry, the drummer said that. The band director said that. And then the electric guitar player vouched, and he was like, every time we've played, he said specifically, and I don't remember playing this many times, but he did, which I'm like, that must mean something. He said it with enough conviction that I believe him. He's like, we've played with Ian 3 times. He's played bass for us, and every time that has been some of the most fun we've had in a show so far as him as a bass player.
Yeah.
And of course, the drummer was also like, you know what? I think you're actually right. I do remember that.
Here.
I do remember that. And then of course he's like, you don't have to answer me now, but think about it. Would you want to play bass with us for this show? And I was like, oh man. And of course,
It's happening,
dude. Exactly. I felt like a little bit of like, I got to keep my cool. I can't just like go like, yeah, please. So I have to be like, let me think about it. Let me be strategic about it.
Hold it back.
Hold it back.
I'm fine.
Keep it cool. Yeah, I would love to.
Yes.
So I did. I waited a little bit, and then like later that afternoon, I was like, I'm 100% down. Give me the set list, and I'll start practicing right now.
Give me that.
But now I'm faced with the situation of like, I have this play production I'm a part of. I have this opening gig for this band I'm a part of. I have all this other like shit at work that I'm doing.
Yep.
And I'm like, bruh, October,
Got a full plate.
dude, like late, now that we're moving into late September and we're like tiptoeing into October, I'm like, the realization of all the stuff on the calendar is very apparent.
Yep.
So again, I have never really listened to Sanctus Real, but apparently we're opening for them, and I'm excited. And
Good
also,
luck.
I'm also, I have realized also that for me, the emotions of like nervousness and excitement are like on that fine line of like, you can be nervous, but like once you like get confident enough or you feel like you're feeling yourself or whatever, that like those nerve feelings is just excitement, or can be interpreted as excitement. At least for me, I don't want to
A good way to look at it.
for everyone. I kind of feel the same way about like anger and sadness a little bit. Like you can be so sad that like just anger is like that fine line where it's like, or vice versa. Maybe I'm wrong and I'm yapping too much, but for me, like it went from like a little nervousness to like, now that I have like probably 6 of the 10 songs I feel pretty confident in, those like nerves are now like, I'm ready to play now.
There you go.
Put me in, Captain. Let's go.
Ain't no bench warmer.
When was the last time I was on this podcast? How many things have happened since I've last been on this
fucking
podcast?
lot,
Bruh,
dude.
I don't even know. We've been trying to get you on for. Let me look it up.
I'm trying to figure out if I made any of the Medal of Honor jokes yet, because I'm almost trying to think of like, have I mentioned like that I'm climbing Mount Kilimanjaro next year? That's a recent one.
Yes, I believe you have.
But have I mentioned that I was planning on doing it, or have I mentioned the fact that I already have the date set in stone? I told you guys that, but on the podcast, October of next year, I am doing it. I've started paying for it. So if I have, then yippee! But that's my big news.
Yippee.
As I'm
Dude,
doing that.
I'll tell you what my big small yippee was.
What?
I went to a buffet for the first time.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Wait, for the first time?
Yeah.
Ever been to a
Get
buffet
out.
before? I mean, yeah.
Dude, that was the first time I had ever been to one. I had no
That's
idea
fun.
what to
That's
do.
not the best one though. Like other ones that are equally as mid, but like are more fun buffets, are like Golden Corral. They're not good, but they're like fun.
I've heard too many
buffets.
horror stories about Golden
Yeah,
Corral
that's why you go there.
for the
Yeah.
show.
There's a Chinese buffet like right down the road, and Dylan was like, "I've never been there," and I was like, he was like, "Is it good?" And I texted him, it's the okayest Chinese food you'll ever get. I said, it sure is mid.
Right.
It's there, but it's cheap. So, you know, in that regard,
Right.
it's freaking mint.
Dude,
Okay.
$17 worth of food I ate was fucking phenomenal.
I don't remember how much
Only
I
because
paid.
it was
but
$17.
yeah.
So Ethan, it looks like the last episode that you recorded that you were in the studio for was the Whiskey Olympics.
Yeah, that was-
which was in August.
It's not as far as I thought. And I probably mentioned something on there.
Wait. That episode released August 26th, but the last
Yeah.
aftermath episode that you were a part of was was episode 221 titled Fanta Ocean.
Oh my god, that was the fucking end of Evangelion
Yeah.
episode. Jesus.
And actually, I think it was just a conversation episode. I don't think we actually talked about, or did we talked about
The
Lost
fan.
Planet 2?
Orange Fa-
The Fanta
Ocean.
Is everything's from Lost Planet
Oh
2?
shit!
Yeah.
Right.
But that one released
Too
June.
similar.
that one released June 28th. So
Yeah.
we are actually closer to it being 3 months away than it is to being 2 months
Well,
away. So you've been on 3 months, bud.
He's a busy boy.
You're slacking.
You said that's not,
Oh,
we
I'm
don't
sorry.
have that.
Aftermath.
We don't have that. That doesn't exist.
It is late, and I apologize.
Edit
I
that
need to
out
cross
in
those
post.
two things.
for being called Hindsight Studios, that shit ain't 2020,
Hey.
bro.
Dude, you should censor.
Right, we dare not speak his name.
Oh no, I just think that'd be really funny. It's like, oh, you've been on beep. Everyone's confused what we're talking about. That's
Man.
funny.
I'll consider it.
you're like I
I'll
might
make
joke.
a timestamp, and I'll feel it out.
Motherfucker's
Yeah.
got his finger on his chin, like, let me think.
I'll figure out if I want to do all that effort.
Yeah.
So I'm also have a vacation with my. While we're here, see, this is audience. I'm looking at the fourth mic. You know, because that way the audience is here. That's why I'm looking at them.
Oh, I
so
see, I see.
yeah, right now I'm not talking to you.
Hey, go
guys.
ahead, say something.
They've been there
Okay.
the whole time.
Don't care.
cool,
Wow,
cool.
those sugars are great. See, they're talking.
Oh, well,
so
yeah.
right now, this isn't for you. Okay, you guys don't listen to this. Audience, this is how I get them because if I introduce it on the podcast, then they can't say no. They have to sound way cooler if they say yes. So the Isla Festival is May 25th of next year in Scotland. And I really want to go back to Isla for that festival, man. It's so good. It's called Facial. And I I really want to go back. And Cade's like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that, bro. I'm trying to go back to that island.
How much is it?
I mean, so technically, it's not anything. Like it's just there's no tickets or like that. There's just individual tours and events that you can attend, but you have to get there. So I mean, it's expensive.
I mean, that won't
And
be
find a
so
place
bad.
to stay. Hopefully.
I could get some good flights. My sister knows how good flights go.
Well, yeah, I mean,
But-
there's two things. One, flying on to Isla can be expensive, or we have to fly to
Transatlantic.
Glasgow, and then from Glasgow take the ferry onto the island.
See, that sounds fun though.
It is. No,
I
it
like
was. That's
that.
what we did.
The ferry.
Ferry's cool. Still. So just letting you guys know, May of next year, I'm trying to, go back to the island.
Okay. Think I'll jot that down in my little notepad.
I want to go to Ireland so bad.
Well, that's an option too.
I just
I kind of want to go to Ireland go back to Ireland for St. Patrick's Day. But I know we're all kind of saving up for Japan in the future. So
Hell yeah.
I don't want
Japan.
to have too many other options whenever we're saving up for Japan.
Come guess me this riddle, what bites pipe and fiddle? What's hotter than mustard and milder than
Japan.
cream?
Ni hao.
How?
That's Wester Whistler. What's clearer
Oh,
than
my.
crystal? What's sweeter than honey and stronger than steam?
Stronger in steam?
Damn.
Not possible.
What can make the dumb talk? What can make the lame walk?
Dude, ain't
Elix-
nobody lame walking around me. All
The
right?
elixir of life and
Women want me, fish
philosopher's
fear me.
stone.
Oh man.
Take it back.
And what helped Mr. Brunel to dig the Thames Tunnel sure wasn't it whiskey from out in the showing.
I want whiskey.
Shit, yeah,
So
now I'm in
s-
the mood.
So we'll stick to
You
the
should
creator,
find
the
a-
best thing in nature.
You should find a
For-
way to come to my house so we can drink whiskey.
Forsaking your
Find a way, bitch. I
sorrows
don't
and
got to be up early.
Yeah, but I mean, because the thing is, you drive with me, you're freaking sleeping there because I'm not driving back.
Hang on, what time do I have to be at work tomorrow?
I thought you said you have work.
I don't have to be up early, but I want to make sure it's not like too like, early afternoon.
Me
And-
talking like a what's it called?
Animal Crossing.
Animal
villager.
Crossing character. Yeah.
Let's
Can I finish
see.
my verse?
Are we want to stop you?
I thought
Sinking
it
your
was
sorrows
finished.
and raising your joys. And boys, I'd have wondered if lightning and thunder was made from the plunder of whiskey, me boys.
Yeah, I don't have to be at work until 4.
Thank you. Applause all around. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I really thought about just busting that.
Oh my god.
Check.
Yeah.
A little
With the
reverb.
fucking echo. Damn.
Yeah, a little reverb.
Hit him
on
with
it.
the yo.
Yeah. Can we get that yeah again, but like with his demon voice?
Yo.
Wrong
Jesus.
one.
That wasn't. Oh man. Yeah.
So what's next on the agenda?
For
What you mean?
this episode or for like anything?
Just
Next
like
on the
in-
agenda is I've been working out. I benched 175, which is the best I've done.
God damn.
So I'm making progress there. Next on the agenda is to start breaking records for my squad again because I've been working out.
Hell
That's
yeah.
pretty sick. I be working out. I'm in school
Be out here
again
busting my chops.
because one day I'm gonna not be this job anymore, and I'm gonna finish school, and that's gonna be super dope. I'll tell you guys on the podcast right now, I'm at least like 40% motivated by spite. So, I'm just warning you.
that's a
One
good-
day I'm gonna be a doctor, and I'm gonna mainly be
Right.
spiteful, but
I'm
still.
glad that actual motivation outweighs the spite.
Yeah, no. There's
If
still,
it was all for
there's
spite,
still-
then you'd be a fucking monster.
yeah, exactly. Then I'd just be a piece. But
I can't wait.
You
I
would
can't
get
wait
the
for the day.
doctorate just to rub it in people's
yeah,
faces
I would get
and then not do anything
immediately
with it.
malpractice. Yeah, I would get my MD and then just immediately malpractice. No,
I
Do
can't wait.
open heart surgery and then grab
Yeah,
that shit out of the
flub-
fucker's
flub
chest
that
and
shit.
drop it on the
I'm
floor.
gonna be one of those doctors that like whenever they do the surgery, they leave their initials like on the surgery, and then they get fired for malpractice and they get their license
Jesus.
removed.
Damn.
So there's like at least 2 cases of that. I'm
Are
pretty
you
sure.
fucking serious?
Yeah, they're like someone who like did kidney transplants. He would like sign the kidney that he sent
Oh my
in
God.
Come
with his
on.
initials or
That's
something.
like an artist mark.
Bro.
It is, but also that's definitely medical malpractice.
I don't give a shit.
So I'm pretty sure.
I want my kidneys signed by my doctor.
Against your will.
Yeah, the problem is,
I mean, if he
think
saved
that-
my life,
I think that's the catch.
I
Is
mean,
that
yeah.
people don't know about it.
Yeah, I
If your doctor was, I didn't realize you were chilled like that.
I'm just
if he
saying.
dapped you up and was like, I'm gonna put my initials on.
Big dog.
Yeah,
Hey,
right.
dog.
Oh man,
I would love the day where it's like maybe
I got a
wouldn't.
kidney with. the
I
initials.
needed a kidney transplant, and my doctor got me. He's like, "Hey, yo, bruh, I got my initials on your kidneys, man. Because
Get my name out there.
yeah." I'd be like, "Hell yeah, dog, hell yeah."
Because I got my name in there.
bruh.
Kidneys are worth a lot on the black market, but this one's worth more because I signed it.
yeah. This was more
proprietary.
sentimentally.
What are the current going rates for organs on the market?
I'm not gonna look that up.
Google.
I can't
Look,
wait.
if I'm on,
I
if there's
can't
lists to
wait.
be on, I'm already on them.
I
so.
can't wait for the day, Ethan, where you as a doctor
How much
has to.
are
Can I finish? What I'm
kidneys?
saying?
I'm listening. Kidneys.
Can I can't wait for the day for you to be a doctor and have like paramedics and EMTs like come to you and like with that chip on their shoulder, like you're just a doctor. You ain't been in the
just a
street.
doctor.
You ain't been in the streets like I've been in the streets, and you have to look at them in the face and go, "I put my time in, boy."
I'm a Medal of Honor recipient.
I don't
But
think you
I just
know
don't
this.
tell them
I
that.
came from the
it's,
streets.
it's an EMS. I just tell them Medal of Honor recipient. Don't say EMS.
yeah.
Just leave that one out.
Yeah. I want you to know, boy.
Also, $50,000
that
to
I
$120,000 for a kidney.
Say
on the
again?
black market.
say again.
$50,000 to $120,000 for a kidney. on the black market.
$120. That's a
Shit,
That's
sign
an
me up.
expensive ass kidney.
Where do I donate?
I want to buy me a house.
yeah,
Right,
dude.
I could use one of those.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Anyways, I would love to see the day.
Well,
Where,
and that's part of why I was joking about spite and being a motivator. Is like there are some people who I really
Oh yeah,
I really
they'll come at you.
I really don't like them, and I like the idea that one day I'm gonna finish this schooling, and then whatever they say won't matter anymore because
There
I'll have
you
finished
go.
schooling, and so
You made
then
it.
I'm
I can
above
look at
you.
them, and because they're not my boss anymore, I can be like, "That's retarded. That's
shut
dumb."
the fuck
Because
up.
you're
You should.
dumb.
I don't think anyone has told you that you need to shut up because you know what you're talking about, and I think it's my turn to do
You
that.
have too much authority. for
I
people
could
to
be
tell you
like
to shut
a
up.
third-year med student, and I would
Yeah.
still have more power to say
There
that. Than
you
I mean,
go.
like I don't even have to be in my residency yet, and that
Yeah.
I would still be able to do that, and that's
Hell
sad. Like,
Yeah.
so
That's clout right there.
but yeah, it's like I that will never probably happen because by the time I actually end up getting into school and all that, the people that I probably don't like in this department will have been retired. So
Yeah.
whatever. But
Good riddance.
there's a very small part of me that's like I'm gonna prove them all wrong.
Damn straight.
You see them? You see those streets that you're working on there, bub, you little paramedic? I paved those streets. I picked up
Paved
so
them with
many.
blood.
I paved them with my
These
blood,
streets
sweat, and
are
tears.
whack out here, bro.
You may think I ain't been out there, but I've been out there, buddy.
I was getting a haircut the other day, and the lady asked me like what like what I was going back to school for, and I was like, I'm trying to get into medical school, like,
Yeah.
I really like being a paramedic, but I don't think it's very sustainable. I don't want to do this forever, And she was like, yeah, I get that. And I was like, yeah, I really like emergency medicine. That's probably what I specialize in because I like what I do. I'm just, I don't want to keep getting shot at. And she was like, that doesn't actually happen, right? And I was like, no way, that's never happened ever. What do you mean?
Safe area
I
of
don't work
expertise.
in one of the worst places to work doing this in America. I do.
I just love how she's like, that doesn't happen right. You're just like,
I was like,
so how's your day going?
I was like,
Sidestep
that
real
never
quick.
happens.
yeah. Not even lie, just go, well. So
Yeah.
how was your day so far?
I think my actual response was like, haha, never. Well, I mean, I won't say it happens all the time, but yeah, we can do like a fade. I was like, we can just move right along.
Love that.
Oh man,
Pretend
So-
like this doesn't happen.
yeah. So that's my goals to one day
Yeah.
be a doctor.
To one day be bigger than all this.
Doctor.
Dogder.
So I
had a friend in high school that went by his last name was Payne, Payne.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Dude,
And,
Major Pain.
Dude, no. Well, he
We
wanted
need to watch that movie.
He wanted to go into what is bone medicine on
nope, that's cancer.
Bone medicine.
Well, there's a name for it, but I mean,
yeah. Anyways, he wanted to go into like being a bone doctor, like helping like fix broken bones.
Could
and
use
like,
me a bone doctor.
I mean,
anyways, he thought it'd be funny.
that's
He
a
really-
urologist.
he
You
really-
should talk about.
he really wanted to go in. He really wanted to go into that practice. Like for a while, I think he ended up not doing it. But he was like, "How funny would it be if I was the person who fixed your broken bones and you had to call me Dr. Payne?" And I was like, "Hell yeah,
Right.
dude!"
That shit did in fact hurt.
Yeah.
But hey, I got new
Don't
bones.
worry, it's only gonna hurt a little bit.
Dr. Payne would kind of slap. Unfortunately, that's not my last name. So,
Orthopedic doctor.
I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to sound stupid on the podcast. That's why.
That's why when I said on,
You
I knew it
are
was-
the
I
one
knew it
most
was an
qualified
O.
to know the name of this
exactly
shit.
why I was like, I mean, there isn't really a specific like bone.
You would have
doctor,
actually
but like for
exposed your
people
balls.
people who like like do like broken arms and legs stuff like that. Like there's like orthopedics. But I guess they also maybe
An
they do just do
orthopedic
both.
surgeon is known as an orthopedist.
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 You know of
I'm sorry if pedist sounds wrong. Or
my
orthopedist.
my pedist. You know, a foot doctor's called a podiatrist.
Yeah.
You want to know how I know that?
Because you
Not because I'm a feet guy. Because I'm not.
okay.
Because you
Because when you when the
me when I'm
no, I
when
was,
you girl when
I was
when she
when I'm me when I'm
feet.
my pedist. So I was on. This might be like one of the very few EMS stories that I actually shared on this podcast.
Oh,
whenever
shit.
I was a student,
He's breaking
when
the
I was a
NDA.
well, this is not even going to sort of be any remote. It's not about the actual thing I did. You'll
Use a
find
funny fake name.
out. I'm not even going to mention the patient because it doesn't matter. So
You want to mask your voice so it
I,
sounds like you're
I told the whole story in the
Yeah,
demon
yeah,
voice.
Voice is distorted for
But
witness
even though at
protection.
the beginning of the podcast I introduced myself by name, yeah. So we got on scene. I was a paramedic student, so I was still really new. And my preceptor he didn't say it at the time, but when we finished the call, he was like, I was paying a lot of attention to see how you handled this many people trying to talk to you of all like
yeah.
different like ranks, or there were nurses and doctors on scene.
Yeah.
But I was just trying to talk to my patient. So I
course,
kind of
yeah.
ignored most of that
The
because
most
it was like I have
important
to. So, and they were like, all these people are here. And one of the nurses is like, yeah, and we got one of the doctors. So I'm looking at the patient. I look up at the doctor, and the rule kind of is that if a doctor's going to give us orders, then they now are assuming care of the patient. If they're there in general, they kind of
Right.
have to ride with us to the hospital now.
Right.
So while I'm like looking at this patient that like hurt their leg, or something, I look at the doctor and I said, what kind of doctor are you? And he said, I'm a podiatrist. And I said,
Did he say it like that?
well, he did.
With a
but
sense of disappointment?
he did because this is like an emergency, like trauma patient.
Yeah.
He says, I'm a podiatrist. He didn't say it disappointed, but he said it very matter of factly, like,
He said,
I'm a
like,
podiatrist.
Like, I'm gonna have to be the one who fixes this situation.
No,
or-
because he said that because there was nothing this was not his realm of expertise.
Oh, I
So
see.
he
couldn't do anything. It's
so
like,
he was
I'm a
like,
podiatrist.
I'm a podiatrist, and I said,
Yeah.
all right.
Great.
I said, I take it you're not gonna give me any orders, and he said,
Nah.
he said, nah. I said, all right, cool. And I looked at the fire
Get out of
department,
my
and then
face.
everybody else stopped talking because they were like, what is going on? I looked at the
yeah,
fire
right.
department, and I was like, all right, let's pick this person up and let's go.
All right, boys.
Yeah, and I got in the truck, and as soon as the doors closed, I said, my preceptor's name was Ryan. I said, Ryan, what's a podiatrist? He said, it's a foot doctor. Good job, by the way. So, that's how I learned about it. He was like, yeah, he does like all those things, and this person like had like a broken hip or something.
Yeah.
And so he was like, yeah, it's
Really.
outside my realm, you
Motherfucker had
know.
a whole foot in his hip.
Yeah, so I thought it was really funny the way he was just like, I'm a podiatrist.
Yeah.
Like, this is outside my realm of expertise. Like,
Motherfucker just gave you the thumbs up and then
Yeah.
walked away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Whatever you.
I've had I also had that with an oncologist, a cancer doctor,
Yeah.
who like walked up to someone who like overdosed,
Oh,
and
gosh.
he was like in the office late or something, and was like, he walked up and was like,
Well,
yeah, nah, nothing I can do about it. It's not like he just carries
Motherfucker,
Narcan in his bag or anything, you know.
Do you remember that one scene from Mortal Kombat Armageddon where Baraka, the dude with the fucking spears in his forearms, just straight up like penetrates a dude's skull with his hand spears?
no.
He throws his carcass like right in front of Raiden, and he leans down and is like, "Are you okay?" Like he didn't just witness that happen. Jesus,
Yeah,
that's one
so
of my favorite fucking parts.
He
of that
walks
game.
out. He calls 911 for the person, and then he's there. Right, we get there, and he's right there, standing there, and we're like, "Did you like do anything before we got here?" And he was like, "Nope, I don't even really like."
Yeah, I don't even do this.
He was like, yeah, he was like, this is beyond like what I handle, and on top of that, like I also don't just keep Narcan in my bag, so I kind of just looked at him and waited for you guys to get here. It's not like there's anything else I can do.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, all right, man, appreciate it later.
Right, thanks.
Hey, that's probably more than most would
right.
do.
Yeah, I mean, if you look, I'm just saying, you walk by and you see someone overdosing. Some people call, some people
Right.
don't. You can pick
Motherfucker's
which
got
one
that
you want to be.
bystander
Okay?
syndrome out there.
Oh
Right.
yeah, dude.
And I guess if you have enough medical knowledge to know they're probably overdosing at least a little bit, you'll probably be like, well, I gotta.
so
I will at least feel a little bit guilty if I don't do nothing.
if I finish schooling and I find out that they like learn all the things they need to treat this, and they were both just like, I'm not doing it, that'd be even funnier, right? If I finished med school and I found out that podiatrist definitely could have told me everything about this lady's hip and was like, no, feet's my thing, dude. Sorry. That would be even funnier than him like not knowing. Him trying to fool me would be even funnier.
You could have gone. You almost tricked me, idiot.
Yeah, right. Like,
But that's also, don't pretend like that's also not you either. Where someone's like, I'm gonna call Ethan and you always, I mean, without fail, you on lock. You're always like, don't you ever dare. If I'm off the clock, I will not help you.
Oh no. Okay, I thought you were gonna say my actual phrase is when they call me is, have you called 911 yet?
Yeah.
Or I think I mentioned this on this podcast
anytime-
before. My brother Eric, he hurt himself, like fell, and like his like knee was dislocated.
Oh,
and my
bro.
mom called me while I was at a concert, and when I finally like was able to answer and like actually hear her,
Yeah.
she was like, Eric fell and his knee looks bad. She's like freaking out, and I was like, and you're calling? Have you called 911 yet? And she was like,
Yeah.
no, I called you, and I was like,
Why?
Fuck am I gonna do?
I said, do you have any idea how long? I'm like I'm
Yeah.
45 minutes away.
Yeah.
Like, call 911. The truck, the station's like 5 minutes from your house.
Yeah.
Right.
And I can't fix it.
Yeah,
And she
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, I called you, and I was like, I'm not a doctor, Mom. I'm not gonna pop his knee back into place. Like, that's not how this works.
Oh man.
And the people who
hilarious.
call me, yeah. I told Cade whenever we were walking around on one of our vacations, he was like, well, hey, if someone like crossed the road really risky, and he was
Yeah.
like, if they got hit by a car, at least there's a paramedic here. And I was like, no.
Yeah, no.
I said, first off, we're in a different country, okay? I'm registered in America. We're in a
Yeah,
different
I'm
country.
nothing. I'm a
I
fucking
can't do
tourist,
anything
okay?
here. Even if we were in a different state, I'm not registered in that state. It's a separate
There's
problem.
no jurisdiction here.
Yeah.
I was like, so I'm in a different country. So jot that one down. Second, if you do that, then now I'm stuck here. And then you're going to be stuck here because I'm going to drag you with me.
Yeah.
If you tell them that there's a paramedic here, there's not going to be one patient. There's going to be 3. Because then I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to kill myself.
Jesus Christ. God damn.
I said, if you go shouting these paramedics.
About to be a double homicide.
Yeah, right? And the other guy's like,
And
no,
one baffled ass witness.
I just hurt my ankle, then I watched this dude shoot a guy in the head. And whenever I was in Ireland, they found out as well. Like, that's what I did for a job, like during like a vacation group with like the EF tours.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, oh yeah, we have a paramedic here. You guys like ask him if you get hurt or something. And I was like,
Don't do that.
I looked, I was like, first off, I'm not registered in Ireland, so I can't do anything here. Second, because of that, I'm also on vacation, so I'll probably be drunk like 80% of the time.
Yeah.
So I'm just a professional 911
Do
caller.
not take medical advice from me.
I said, I'm a professional 911 caller. Wait, we're in Ireland. Is that the number here? And he says, oh, it's 999. I said, see, look at that. I already did all of you guys a favor. That's the number you call if you're getting shot at or something. All right? You're welcome.
Amazing.
I'm going to get a Guinness. Oh, man.
Dude, if
Crazy.
I break into the medical field in any capacity, it's going to be for prosthesis.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Do
Do
That
it.
is the
Get people
only
robotic
instance.
legs.
I fucking will.
You're going to be one of those doctors who like tests on himself. You'd be like, look, I don't use my left hand that
I'm gonna
much,
turn
so
into
I
a
cut it
fucking
off.
tech priest from the mechanic.
Right, yeah. I cut my left arm off so that I could try and figure out which prosthetics were the best and
Right.
improve them. So,
One day you're just gonna
Yeah.
see me with a fucking Zaku arm
yeah.
with
Yeah.
that big ass goofy shield.
Is this your new prototype? Yeah, it's the 3rd prototype. This one's
Yeah.
got rocket fist.
It's working
yeah.
pretty well so far. You ever seen Mazinger? And I'm like, check this shit out.
I've been trying it at the gym, but I keep breaking the punching bags. They told me to get out.
Right. Strength tests, very conclusive. Medical tests, I mean, it's just fucking, I don't know.
You know.
I don't really feel anything.
Every time I try to grab a can, I crush it. So I think
Yeah.
we need to work on it being a little daintier.
Mhm. Yeah, maybe more delicate, something like
Well.
a fucking AVA unit. But at that point, it's just a weird looking human arm.
Yeah, but if it's still like rocket powered, who cares?
Shit, yeah,
I
you're
would have a weird looking human arm if it meant that I could like punch a hole through concrete.
right. It's
Yeah.
got a fucking built-in.
Why does your arm
AT
look so
field
funny?
generator.
Watch this. It's like blow up a table with an
That could be
uppercut.
so fucking
Yeah,
funny.
like my arm looks funny because I'm just built different.
Just imagine,
See,
like-
because a regular rocket punch is all fine and dandy, but if I get a fucking drill pressure punch
Yeah.
where I got fucking blades on my forearm that spin around, dude, I'm sold.
Or even just like a pile bunker in your.
You know,
in
we
your-
made the
in
joke
your
that if
funny
I became
bone.
a doctor, that I would be like immediately malpractice because of spite. But you're
Oh
over
no,
here
dude,
like
I'm a
you're-
fucking mad scientist. Are you
You're
kidding?
like, I'm gonna put drill arms on my patients.
yeah.
You're like, yeah. I don't think insurance. Whenever you try and get medical insurance, they're gonna find this podcast and be like, we're not insuring this guy.
Dylan's
All
gonna
right,
be
Billy.
unknowingly making super soldiers.
Right. The good news is I got you a replacement arm. Bad news is you're gonna have to grow into it. But hey, you can do a giga drill break.
Said less.
Yeah.
Do you?
So, all right. Bad news is because of the way that you were born, that the left arm is just not gonna really work. So we have to get you a replacement. The good news is here's a copy of a TV show called Gurren Lagann. I'm gonna get you a TV. I'm gonna get you an arm that
Right.
can do some of these things.
Once
okay?
you watch this, everything's gonna be okay.
it's gonna make sense. Okay,
Right.
so don't worry about the drill implanted in your arm.
Right.
All right,
I'm
we're
gonna,
work on
have
that.
to shave off some of those nerve endings.
You don't need them.
Like you don't have many left already, but
Overrated.
hey,
People think
Phantom
nerve endings
pain.
are important. They're not.
no.
Hot
You don't
take.
need 'em.
They're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Sign here. That'll be $25,000.
Speaking of augments and super soldiers and all that stuff, have you heard about Halo? About what they're planning on doing in the future?
I'm aware of it. Wait, what are they doing? Wait, no, there's no fucking way.
The
You see-
continuation of the series.
What are they doing?
They're gonna remaster the original trilogy, and I think they're gonna do that in like the next year or so to come to like I think corroborate with like the 25-year anniversary of it all, kind of. But they're supposedly gonna remake the original trilogy of Halo games, like make it from the ground up in
Right.
I think Unreal Engine. And supposedly, there's talks about some of the stuff that Bungie wasn't able to incorporate into the game, some of the more secret stuff.
Oh yeah, like the
or-
cut content.
Right, cut content stuff. They're going to probably try and add that. There's a potential, and I don't think that's actually promised. But
Shit,
supposedly,
man, if they stay true to the style of it, I'm on board.
if
If they do it any way like they did Halo 2 anniversary, then shit, I'm sold.
I don't think so, but that's just because I'm pessimistic. So I'm scared for it, but at the same time, I think it's.
Halo hasn't done me any favors recently, but
And that's what I'm saying. Maybe this is our opportunity to really like make a comeback. But I mean,
with the exception of the originals, whenever I say that, I mean that they still hold a special place in my heart and will never be supplanted.
right?
The new shit, however, I just can't.
Everything from 4 onwards has been.
Yeah, I can't. Woof.
Yeah, woof.
But
That I heard that in passing today.
Yeah.
That supposedly, like I think in the next year or two, it's supposed to be 25 years is like the anniversary. So it may release in that same time frame. So to
keep my eyes peeled.
yeah.
We'll
So
see how
there,
it goes.
There may be, maybe promising. Maybe it's going to be real cringe.
Fingies cost.
Yeah. So who knows?
I would cross my fingies if I had any.
Don't pretend like you ain't got.
Dude, I think I
fingers.
got a
I've never had
solution for you.
Rockets.
Step
rockets
into my
for your
clinic,
fingers.
please.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
I don't have any spare fingers lying around, but I had a couple of knives, so now
Dude.
you're knife hands.
You could totally be Gunbuster with the fucking rocket fingies.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Can I have different like barrel sizes? So
course.
I want like 22, and I want like 9 milli. I want 357. I
Yeah.
want
Motherfucker's gonna step out
44.
of my shop looking
I
like
want-
the Zeong.
I want my thumb to be 50 cal though.
Mhm.
So it just like
Yeah. I want my thumb to make that satisfying cling noise.
you want a grand thumb,
Yeah,
literally. Yeah. This is my grand thumb, actually.
Go ran blue fantasy versus.
Oh gosh. All right, boys. Well, what another great episode in the can.
Yeah, I think that'll wrap it up.
Thank you for allowing me to yap about my music.
Dude, that's what this
endeavors.
show's all about.
Dude, that's our
200
tagline.
episodes of yapping. If we do the math, that's like 300 hours worth of yapping we've done.
Dude.
I
And
love
counting.
I love how you said we have 200 episodes. If we do the math,
Just some quick ass math, bro.
but it's also incorrect math
It wasn't even
because
good
a
math.
majority of our episodes were 45 minutes to an hour. So it's like
We've had plenty of episodes that go
Oh,
over.
right.
Okay, if
I
we've
mean,
got like 230 episodes. There's
but-
300
but
hours
our,
of yapping on
but
this.
our first like 30 episodes were even like almost 30
No.
minutes. I think.
No, I'm gonna do the math now.
Anyway,
I'm doing the math now.
Semantics, boys.
We've got
Semantics.
300 hours worth of yapping on file, and I'm calling it.
if we include about nothing, yes, I would say yes, 100%.
We don't even need to.
I don't know. Anyways,
Big yap.
thank you so much for listening to this wacky cast. I
we know it was
appreciate
hard.
I appreciate
sticking it out.
your patience and your all your comments and all your well wishes on this show because it really makes it all worth it in the end. For those of you who are looking to find us some more, please go onto the YouTube channel and in the search bar type @Hindsight Studios, and you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go ahead and drop us a like if you're liking these. Usually, if you like us, usually a lot of times we watch a movie or something and then talk about it. But
Drop a like if you don't like us, because
Yeah.
it's called spite.
Right.
Thumbs up anyway.
Today's
Give us that
opposite day.
spite like. But also, I am looking. Give us a comment. Spotify also has comments now. I think they've had it for a while, but I now know how to check them, so you can check on
We
the
recently
comments now.
uncovered those.
Yeah. Or leave a comment on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Ethan is taking a little pastry for himself.
Yeah, that's right. We ratting you out.
But yes, we'll probably get back to standard form next week.
At
Hopefully,
some
we'll
point.
watch something. I'm not sure if Ethan will be available. I'm the date that I have in mind that we are going to record. I believe that Ethan is off, but will he be available? Who knows?
Find out next time.
Find out next time on The Aftermath. Dee-dee-dee-dee.
To be continued, because I have no idea either.
Anyways, until next week, thank you so much for listening.
See you.
Bye. Like I still got loaf in my mouth.
Bye-bye. Good night, good luck, and goodbye.